Sure. Ask the guy with the longest arms to do it.
All right. Movie Squid, and you're fine with Ian. Ian Ashland, the man, the myth.
Also, I can do this.
All right.
That's kind of squiddy.
Can you see if
Yeah.
you can hear in the headphone? Okay.
All right.
So, mic 1 check.
Ah.
Can you both hear mic 1?
Yeah, far left on my left ear. Yeah.
All right.
Hello.
Mic 2 check.
I can hear me.
We can hear mic 2. Let's just do a sound. So we see up here we want to be like in the yellow, like the green yellow.
Yeah. What?
It should be fine.
Yeah.
I think that this is a little bit broke. This one was a little
If
bit
I was
broken.
towards the front of the mic, then I don't too.
Yes. And then let's do sound effect check real quick. Not that there's much sound effects, but there is a. Oh, I forgot where to record. That's fine. Okay. Nope, I want to be in DJ Pro. I don't want to open VLC. No. Oh, they have a Christmas.
This is like
VLC.
super loud on my one side of my ear.
They have a Christmas VLC.
They do have a Christmas VLC. Yeah, that's great.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm keeping this in the bucket. Keeping this in the bucket.
Yeah.
Sound effect check. Can you hear the sound effects?
I can definitely hear the wind.
Yeah, the wind. That's like the only sound effect that I think we're gonna use.
That just makes me feel as cold inside as it is outside right
It
now.
is.
I hate
Can we
this.
can we talk about that? Let's come in hot about.
Yeah.
Can we
Come in hot about the cold?
come in
Let's
hot
go.
about the cold? Especially since I just got in from Dallas where it was
And
60
boy,
degrees.
your arm's tired. I mean, what?
Yeah. And it is what? It was 3 degrees last night,
Yeah.
and it's gonna snow all night tonight. I don't know if you saw that.
Is it like actually like supposed to like accumulate, or is
That's-
it just like I thought it was just supposed to be like snowy, and then it'll all.
I
be
think
gone by
here in
morning.
the city, it's
I
gonna
mean,
be gone. I think
yeah.
up in the mountains are gonna get like
Oh yeah.
4 or 5 inches.
Yeah, the actual like place where snow is supposed to be will be Christmassy.
Yeah,
That's
it'll
for
be
sure.
it'll be Christmassy. It'll be
Not us though. We're below sea level. We don't get
Yeah.
to have snow.
we don't
not
get to
real
have snow very often.
Which, to be fair, I actually kind of don't hate. 'Cause I don't. This city is miserable when it's covered in snow.
But then when we do get snow, we get snow.
That is so.
It's like we
true.
either don't get snow or we get snow. When I was at school in Gorham, it would get so snowy there. And I remember walking to the dining hall and being blown across the street, like in the other direction, because we couldn't just walk in the storm. That's a good segue to real quick shout out and thank you to WMPG and the University of Southern Maine, my alma mater. And Ian, it's your alma mater?
It is. Well, sort of. It's weird. Technically, I am a USM graduate, but I'm also a USM graduate of the Lewiston Auburn campus. And
But it's still USM. It's still USM.
I was meant to be a media studies major and then went to arts and humanities because media studies isn't allowed to actually be a commuter student.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, media studies was... I was going for media studies, but literally the entire structure of the schedule at the time was you had to be on campus every single day from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. to, like, do all your classes. And it was like, no? Like, they were all, like 45-minute classes just back to back to back every single day. It was like, why? Why is that how
That's
you
crazy.
structure that? But okay.
All right, let's just... All right, perfect. Let's just sync up the sound.
Yeah.
Even though we're going to keep everything that we've already talked about in the pod. But yeah, just a quick thank you and shout out to WMPG, which you could find on 90.9 on the dial, online at WMPG.org, or on the Apple and Google Play Store. You can download the app and you can listen to WMPG anywhere for a wide variety of programming. I used to have a show. I used to do 3 shows on MPG. So I check it out. But we're here today for another reason.
Yeah.
And we're here because a very special man, magical man is coming.
Yes.
And his name is Spider Santa. And he is coming to town.
He sure is.
All right, welcome to SpiderCast Holiday Special 3. The one I promised you was going to be the best one. Yeah. Sorry, August, but you're not here. I love you, August. We love you. We wish you were here.
We do, yeah.
We wish you were here.
There would have been space for you.
There's always space for you. Just like we were talking about in the last SpiderCast, you know, we would have been able to get excited by something in the bedroom. Hello, what?
Yeah.
You would have to watch the last one to find
That's
out
fair.
what we were talking about.
Exactly.
Hello. So you all know who I am. I'm the host. I'm in everyone. You guys don't care about me. But let's talk about the 2 amazing people that are here in the room with me, here in this wonderful studio. Who? Where are they? Let's start right here with Ian Ashland,
Yeah.
the one, the only Spider Doc.
Yeah, Dieter Spock. I mean, wait, no, Spider Doc. That's right. Yes, I am Spider Doc. Yeah.
Oh, Ian, tell us a little bit about yourself. I
so-
can give you like reference questions if that helps. Without
Maybe no. I am of course the voice of Spider Doc. I am also a local writer, actor, filmmaker, various other things. I have participated in the 72-hour film festival the last 2 years. Did one on superheroes. One was a horror film called Low Key. That was really fun. Also, have been doing a lot of voice acting with the Broken Arts Entertainment Group. There's a lot of podcasts available. If you go to YouTube and find Broken Arts Entertainment, there's a ton of content up there right now, and it is exploding. So
we'll put the
check it out.
link in the description of this video.
Absolutely.
And if I'm smart enough, I'll put like the little card in there. But I don't know if I'm that YouTube tech.
I believe in you. I
Thank you.
believe in you. But yeah, and other than that, I've just been, acting and having fun and doing all this stuff for more than 20 years because I'm an old man. But no, it's good stuff. I love it. But no, I think that's all I got. For now, unless you had other questions.
Yeah.
But
Well, and okay, we'll move on for now. And then to my left, we've got the very talented Gloomy Squid. We got to get cozy. There's not a lot of space in the studio. But we have the one and only Gloomy Squid.
Yo, 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 it's Van Wilson, the Gloomy Squid.
And Gloomy Squid, it makes all of the art for our Spider Queen show, all the character art, the background references. Does narrator work. He's the narrator of our show. Tell us a little bit about yourself and about the art that you do and your projects, because I think those are really awesome.
There's a lot to go into it. So I do all the art and most of the artwork anyway for the Iceberg City Studios production, especially for Spider Queen. I do all the character designs, and narration is a lot of fun to do. It gets me a chance to practice my voice acting. It's a lot of fun. So it was a real challenge doing some of these characters because you're just giving me a description and I have to draw them in a way both that is appealing to the audience but also something you'll enjoy and like and say to yourself, that's how I imagined it.
Yeah, and I think you do a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Not to toot your own home, but tell us a little about your own art and your own projects and advertise yourself. Let's hear about you.
Yeah, so I'm a local artist here in Maine. I do some commission work here for friends and some local businesses whenever they ask me to. Let's see. So most of my work's on YouTube. I'm trying to get some other work on like Discord, Twitter, and stuff like that once I figure out how to make an account on Twitter. So I've been working, I focus mostly on illustrations and animation. Been practicing and working on a resume so I can get into Mecca, Maine College of Art. Great place. It's like the Hogwarts for artists. Amazing place, if you've ever been inside.
I've never been. I've walked by it my whole life.
There's artwork everywhere, from the ceilings, hanging on strings, on the walls, even on the floor. And sometimes some people, when they go on tours, they accidentally kick the artwork. And most of the time it's glass. Like one person, we took a tour once during high school, and this teacher friend of mine, she accidentally kicked one of the art pieces because we were in this narrow hallway and they just laid like their fine glass artwork that they blew with their own hands, and it was just she accidentally kicked it and it just shattered because it's just lying there on the floor. It's made of glass.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh no. And then the tour guide's like, don't worry, we'll tell the student you broke it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And we went to high school together. I have an idea. We won't out the teacher on the pod. But
yeah, I don't remember her name. It was a long time ago.
To be fair, the art installations in the Mecca lobby are literally the most haphazard, insane placements because the building is not. I mean, it has space for those things,
Yes.
but they decide that they're gonna just go Wild West and put them in places where it's like, oh, this is where a person is supposed to be occupying space right now. But no, we're just gonna stick this weird wireframe thing here, or a piece of glass, or yeah. So it's good times. It's great. If you want to really get close to art and maybe dangerously so, then go to the Mecca lobby when the students are in and have their installations in place. It's good times.
Break some art exhibits.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, before we get into what you all are interested in, which I don't know, I'm interested in learning more about all these wonderful people, but I just want to say that without these two fine, beautiful human beings in this room with me, this show Spider Queen would have never happened, and I legit mean that. I'll start with Gloomy Squid. I've known since high school.
Yo.
And every single just crazy idea and project I've ever had since high school, you've been right there. and you've never once said like, "You're insane. Why are you doing this? Stop." You've always just been there, and you've been supportive, and it means so much to me. And I couldn't imagine anyone else would be on this journey with me. And you've been there. You've literally been there since the beginning, since we were making those Dragon Ball skits, and we were just figuring out life and figuring out
what we wanted to do.
And you breathe life into the show, quite literally with your art. And then Ian, my friend, oh my gosh, I met you at PortCon in I think 2016.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was the Heroes and Dragons year.
It was the Heroes and Dragons year, and one of my fondest memories. I don't remember if it was exactly that year, if it was like the same general vibe, but like I was playing dodgeball in the old
dodgeball. I think it was the same year. Oh my god,
it was so good.
Awesome.
It was so much fun.
Up in the attic of the main mall.
Exactly. Like in the place that like nobody knew even existed. They're like, what was this at one point? We don't know. We still don't know. I think it's now a David's Bridal. It's like ridiculous.
Really? That's when I go to get my wedding dress, I want to go up to the attic of the main mall.
Yes, please do. Yeah.
But oh my gosh, Ian, when I'd created the show and I had talked with Gloomy Squid and said I want to go forward and I want to try to produce a show.
Yeah.
And I started putting out these casting calls, like the casting lists, like who do I know? Because I wanted to work with people I know, but I was opening it up to like anyone in the general greater Portland area because for me, I wanted to keep it local.
Yeah.
And I had all these lists of characters, and I remember you, like one of the first person audition for SpiderDoc was you, and you sent it in. And I know I bounced some of the auditions off with Van, and I think you might have been the only audition that just instantly I was like, Ian SpiderDoc.
Yeah.
Ian is I have no question in my mind. Yeah. And then just from that audition, SpiderDoc was like a one-off character.
Right.
And then I went back and I was like, no. Ian is awesome. Ian is breathing life into this character. And I went back, and if you look at the first season, SpiderDoc isn't in it as much, but you can see where I had gone back and started plugging in SpiderDoc in just random scenes. Exactly. I was getting SpiderDoc in episodes. I was giving SpiderDoc the omake. I was like, I want SpiderDoc. And then later down the line, which 100 episodes later, which I'm like 5 episodes away from finishing the show. But anyway, SpiderDoc has one of the greatest storylines.
Yeah.
It's like some of the best writing.
Yeah.
And I mean, as going from episode 1 to episode 112, the first episodes are bound to not be as good, and you learn and you improve as you go. Well, not every episode is going to be a banger.
Right.
But there's like very few story arcs that I think are good each episode, like from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
And there's like the major story arc of the show, which is like 50 episodes, which is like, it's a hit or miss because it's 50 episodes. And then there's like a 12-episode arc that's pretty good. And then there's the standalone SpiderDoc arc, which is some of the best writing I've ever done.
It's actually wild because one of the things I was reading when I was reading some of the scripts and I was like looking at it, I was like, it's funny to me because you have like Spider Queen as a series kind of starts off kind of light and silly and fun and things like that. But it's got this like background story that if you're paying attention, you're like, no, like this is like the history of this world is really kind of messed up. And they've been through some stuff. I'm being good and not swearing, even though that's what my brain wants to do. And the fact that you took the time to write that like more detailed arc for SpiderDoc and like give you an insight into like what his life like was and is like
I'm glad you picked up on that.
Yeah, like it's huge. It's also really funny because SpiderDoc kind of ended up being like the responsible adult of the group and like in a way that I don't know would have necessarily materialized in the original thought process, but I like that vibe for him.
See, for me when I was making the show, and I remember Gloomy Squid coming up to me after I sent you like the first rough draft of the first season, and you were like, why did you name the show Spider Queen when Spider Queen isn't the main character?
Right.
Yes.
And so sort of my thing was at that time, and I'll fully admit that as a writer and as an artist, I'm heavily inspired by other writers and other artists. Yeah. And by reading the show and watching the show, you'll see like very Dragon Ball-esque stuff, very Naruto-esque stuff. And at that point, I had just finished watching all of Naruto and Shippuden, which is a journey. Like that is
that is a lot. Yeah.
And something that I think that they did really well in Naruto was that I feel like all of the major characters had their story and had their arc. And although the story was Naruto was barely in it.
Right. And there's definitely huge chunks of arcs in Naruto where he's not the focus at all and like is barely present.
And for me, I wanted to be more ensemble based, where it was like I have the core main cast: Spider Queen, Mike, and SpiderDoc, Spider Hermit.
Yeah.
Seer, and that's like 5 of them, and then it expands as it goes on, like a couple more. But I wanted it to be like there'll be arcs about all the different characters. So there's not one sole main character. They all sort of get their say. And the first season is mostly about Myken as the mysterious kid that shows up, and the second season is mostly Spider Queen, and then it just sort of goes forward. And one of my favorite things to do is introducing a character, like 80 episodes before they show up.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I remember that character from like 80 episodes ago. They said one line.
Exactly.
And then I bring them back up in the future.
Yeah. Shady Sam.
Shady Sam.
But we love you, Shady
Shout
Sam.
out to Abe.
You know, we love you, Abe. If you're watching, you're listening.
Poor
I
Abe.
know.
Abe's been like, I've been jerking Abe around with like getting in to record for Shady Sam for like the past 5 years.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. But we talk about it like every time we hang out too. It's really funny.
That's awesome.
But one of the other things that I think is really cool, and I think I actually like the series being called Spider Queen, because fundamentally, like, yes, it's an ensemble series, and yeah, it's not necessarily her story specifically, but it's sort of the catalyst of her becoming Spider Queen that's like kicks off the story. It's that whole like journey, and then it's everyone's kind of riding along the way, but like it's that catalyzing event that kind of triggers the events of the series for the most part. And so I think it makes it feel like that makes sense for the show to be titled after her. You know
Absolutely. I mean, and for me, it was no doubt in my mind. That was always what it was for me.
Yeah.
And then I think when I first started writing it, I was more of like, oh, it's going to be all Myken, all Spider Queen, and it's going to be like evenly split. And then I was like, no, I'm going to like separate it.
Yeah.
And I was taking playwriting in college.
Yeah.
Well, this would be like my last sort of antidote. I was doing playwriting in college, and which I think this might be the second time in the pod I brought up the playwriting class. But I was taking playwriting in college, and that was like right as I was starting to write the second season of Spider Queen. And my playwriting professor was like, if you ever feel like you want to change up your story or whatever, kill off a character. Do this, do that, like something like that. And I wasn't like, I'm not gonna kill off a character this early in the show, but what happens if I write a character off? Yeah. What happens? How does the show change? And then I wrote Myken off the show for like 37 episodes.
Yeah.
And Myken at that point had been the main sort of like source of the show. Yeah. And then I just sort of wrote him off. Yeah. And I didn't struggle at all with it, but then I struggled coming back.
Yeah.
Because there was a point where at the beginning of the show where Myken was really dumb, and then he sort of grew a little bit. And then it was trying to find that spot again where what is his intelligence level getting back?
Yeah,
and now that time has passed and like a couple of years have passed, what is the intelligence level?
Yeah.
But it was a really fun exercise. And then I know there's 112 episodes of the show, or the first iteration of the show. Yeah. And Myken probably is barely in half of that.
Right. Well, and to be fair, I mean, yes, the show isn't called Goku either, but Dragon Ball Z. And Goku's the main character, and yet Goku is like effectively dead or off screen for 90% of the first few arcs. Like,
that's very true.
So it's not an unheard of trope, I guess, to have in like a series like this, to just have like your character that's like supposed to be the main character that just disappears for whole swaths of stories. And at least in this case, it's not even like, it's not a situation where it feels like filler. It's just like, no, there's just, the story's not about him right now, and we'll come back to him when it's time. Like, which I think is kind of nice. So.
And then I feel bad because I'll build up like these Spider Queen arcs, and then I just never execute it. Where Spider Queen, like in the context of the story, Spider Queen and Myken are supposed to be evenly leveled, at least towards the beginning, in power and in strength. And her especially more in magic, with Myken more in his physical abilities, and especially with her with intelligence, but Myken like battle strength. And then I never let those Spider Queen battles play out because there's always some excuse like, oh, you're the queen, you can't fight, or oh, we don't have time for you to do this, or you don't have time for that. And then as the show sort of progresses, I was like, what if I wanted to have her fight back more? Like, no. Yeah. I need to prove that I can do this. I need to prove that I am capable of leading my people. Yeah. And being able to defend them. But all right, we've been going on about this for a little while. I could go on
give someone else
forever.
The mic.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want to say?
I got it.
No. Okay. Don't complain about the mic. All right. So we'll get into why
didn't say give it to me.
Why we came today. We came to celebrate the holidays. This is the SpiderCast Holiday Special 3. Yeah. We all have our our goofy. Ian, you're closest to the camera. Our goofy Spider Queen mugs with a little logo on the back. And These are more cast and crew exclusive merchandise, like our shirts.
But if you like them, you should ask, and maybe we'll make real ones.
Well, maybe we'll make real ones that aren't.
Go to sharkrobot.com.
Yeah.
And buy them right now.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
That aren't
Support our channel.
printer paper and tape.
Yep.
And you can see I did mine first. I was like, I'll do mine first as a test dummy.
No,
And it
that's
came
what
out
it is.
really
That's what it is. We have to charge like $50 for them and be like, these are handmade. Like,
These are
like
handmade.
These are
bespoke
handmade
mugs
from the
for
dollars. I
you.
mean, these were handmade.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
not the mug
They-
itself, but like
yeah,
the art on them. It's like we
Yeah.
taped these on with our own hands.
Manual child labor.
Yeah,
Just
and-
kidding.
I don't know though. A percentage of the sell I think has to go to Gloomy Squid because
That's true.
Gloomy Squid designed the characters.
That is true.
Right. But did you or someone else design the logo? I can't remember.
I had a friend of mine design the not this logo, but like the symbol, like the
Yeah.
spider symbol. A
Symbol.
friend of mine designed that.
That is still one of my favorite T-shirts, by the way. The one that
It's
has that just has
just
the
the little
white spot.
logo.
Like, it's so nice.
I love
For
that shirt,
season
and I
one.
haven't. And I was talking about this in a previous pod, and again I'm getting off topic. I love getting off topic, but I had ordered a shirt for everybody, all the cast and the crew involved in the show for those first 8 episodes. Like this is sort of like a fun thing, and we'll wear them.
Yeah.
And somewhere along the line, someone didn't get their shirt,
Oh,
and I have a medium cast crew shirt left, and I thought I gave everyone their shirts. So now we just have like this random one. Maybe we auction it off.
Right.
Sure.
We auction it off to pay for the second season.
Sure. Hey, dude, you want to buy this T-shirt from this
Right.
this project that no one's probably heard of yet?
Yeah.
No, that's when you do like a weird Kickstarter to support season
Yeah.
2, and then the top
Yeah.
tier is like a $5,000 tier, and you just get this medium one.
You get the
one-
medium
like the
one
one of a
size.
kind.
We can all sign it.
Yeah,
with our
exactly.
signature.
Yeah,
Well, we did the Spider Queen second anniversary
yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
and I don't know whatever happened to it. I kind of forgot about it,
Right.
and I did a really horrible job at like publicizing it.
Well, and I think because those were made to like we had to order those, right? I think is that what happened with those?
So
or no?
these
don't
were I
remember.
was testing out this website
Right.
that it was.
like a print on demand.
It was
thing,
a
kind of.
print on demand, but it was for. This website was to raise money for organizations, so it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it was.
it was to raise money for the organization to produce the show.
right.
And then I don't know. I guess we didn't sell much, or I didn't advertise it much. I was gonna try
Right.
I was trying to do like a T-shirt campaign where I was
Right.
like, oh, you know,
Mm.
next 5 subscribers, I'll give them free T-shirts, and
Yeah.
then I had to backtrack it all because I
Right.
realized I had no way to get a hold of the subscribers. I was
Right,
like, okay, well
right.
now I'm like putting myself in the hole. It's like, okay, first 5 subscribers. How do I do that?
Right.
I have no
I
way
have
to
no idea.
communicate with these people.
Yeah, I guess the first 5 subscribers to comment, and even then we don't actually know if you're subscribers. So maybe you just get. I don't know.
The YouTube algorithm
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
But we'll get into this now. So
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 years ago, we did a holiday special that was a spoof on the Christmas Carol,
Yep.
and this was back when it was just me doing the show.
Yep.
August. It was August's first appearance,
Correct,
but
yep.
it was took place at the end of the series because I wrote
Right.
the end first for some stupid reason.
Yeah.
So he was playing like Spider Hermit, like 150 years old. It was
Right.
crazy.
Yeah.
But which was fun, and then we did the one that you all worked on, which
Yes.
was Mike and the Icy and Spider.
Yes.
And August had this point in the last pod. What was my target audience on that? Which is really true, and it was
Yeah.
Age 0 to
it was very family friendly. But for like
Right.
the actual show, I would go for like that TV 14 rating
Yeah.
that gets you on Toonami or on Adult Swim. Like I'm not going for like I want
Right.
TV 14 because you have more flexibility.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it's actually funny too because I feel like I remember very vividly recording that particular special and just when one of the reindeer voices that I'm just like lost. I'm like, this is how it's being played, and we're just gonna do this.
It was the
it
Blitzen
was
voice who
Blitzen,
did
yeah,
it as like a Russian.
Blitzen. And there was Blitz. Oh, there was also no. Who was no? What was the, no? It was
was
Dasher. It was
It was
Dash?
Vixen or Prancer.
Something. Oh, Prancer. It was Prancer.
Yeah, yes,
it
no,
was.
because you went
Oh,
Prancer.
Prancer. Yes. Oh my god. Yeah.
And then,
that was fun.
August-
Oh yes, because I was doing the voice for the. Yes,
August
that's what I was
did
doing.
Vixen, but it was like the voice. It was like Vixen. Like,
Yes. Yeah. It was like. It was like. I think it was a thing where you're like, August, you should just do this voice. It'll be great. and like they were gonna do like a sultry lady voice, and then it just came out not that.
Yeah,
It was very funny.
It was
really good.
When we were doing that, I was like, "Oh, just have fun with it. Do whatever you want." And then
Yeah.
Bella, who voiced Spider Queen in the first part of the show,
Mhm.
came in and was voicing some of the reindeer as well.
Yeah.
And she did this one thing where it was like just this off comment that wasn't like a part of the script, but was like finally a night off, and it was
Yes.
so funny.
Oh yeah.
And I included it. I was like, that is genius improv.
Yep.
But we'll get so that one was obviously a spoof on Rudolph the
Yes.
Red-Nosed Reindeer, and then this year, well, this would have been last year,
Yeah.
and then I realized I started writing it like November 30th.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was like, oh crap.
Yeah, I actually remember very specifically you being like, "Oh yeah, you guys want to do the holiday special?" And we're like, "Oh yeah, absolutely." And then we're just like, "Wait."
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Oh, I only got to start writing this now." I was like, "Okay."
And then that was right around the time I got COVID while we were
Right.
doing the Mackie B play.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't go out and
the Scottish podcast.
Yes, yeah. Because it's a spoof on Rankin Bass's Santa Claus is Coming to Town, the claymation, and unfortunately it's not in the public domain, so I couldn't just like take the cartoon. But I was like, what I can do is I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna take a bunch of pictures of like mountains and like snowy backgrounds, and then we'll just do what we do with the normal show and just put the characters in. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then I got COVID, and I was like, well, you know what? It wasn't that bad. I was like, I can drive around. I wear a map by myself in my car, whatever. But I didn't. Yeah. But it didn't snow.
No,
it did not snow last year.
That last winter was absurd. It was a weirdly warm and not at all snowy winter at all, like anywhere in the state, which was weird.
It was. So then we just didn't. I was like, crap, well, we can't do it. It didn't snow.
Right.
So then I was like, well, whatever. We'll do it next year.
Yeah.
Then I moved to Dallas, and the next year came around.
It doesn't snow in Dallas.
It doesn't snow in Dallas. And then the next year came around, and then I was like, oh my gosh. I said I was going to do this year, and then we didn't do it.
Trust me, you're not the only person who's promised stuff and it never came.
Listen, everything I've promised a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Mocha-Cola 5.
Yep.
Legacy Bokashi. All these things are coming. I promise you that they're coming. Part 2 is coming. Just
we do have proof that they exist.
Yeah. And we have this thing called jobs and
lives and yeah.
Love
I mean, if you're watching this and you are just sitting on piles and piles of money and just want to be like the benefactor for us, please feel free to send it to us. We'll put links. It'll be fine.
Yes, we'll put
your name
PayPal, Patreon,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, all
Venmo.
the above. Yeah. We will take whatever money you want to send our way.
Yeah.
Even though
We'll
you
do
also
anything for it,
oh dear. But also like
let's get the show fully produced. Okay, so we're gonna
Exactly.
do this. It's called Spider Santa is Coming to Town, and as I said, it was a spoof of the Rankin Bass Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Yep.
There's 3 of us, and it was written for the full cast, so we're gonna make it work.
Yep.
And it's gonna be as good as it. Wow, that was a soda burp. We're drinking Mocha-Cola in the studio, you guys, because it's great when you're recording.
It's the perfect.
I mean,
it's
we're
the
definitely
perfect
not.
recording.
Do not have liquids in the studio.
Nope.
Hello.
We are liquids in the studio.
Or can we talk? Yeah. I want to talk about how I went so hard on the classified.
I know it's so.
I made it so
good.
Christmassy, and I was like, I can't believe I took the time to do that because that it takes time.
Right? Yeah, that definitely was effort. That you're like, like that's a day. That's a day that could have been spent right.
Yeah, no, exactly. So when we do these sort of like parody things, it's always the main cast of the show in it, and that is true to this. Spider Warlock is supposed to be Spider Hermit.
Yep.
I think that's the only character that is named that it doesn't have their actual name.
Right.
The other character, you figure that out. But
Yeah.
the character of Genevieve Bramblewood, which is just labeled as Jenny in this script, is introduced in episode 10.
Yes.
So coming up very soon. Episode 11 coming up very soon. She is the Fairy Queen, which you can catch that on the Legacy of Bokashi coming up.
Yeah.
But she is the Fairy Queen, and she becomes a very pivotal part. And this was sort of a way to tease her coming into the show, and then didn't happen.
Yeah.
So we're going to start. And while we do this, I'm also going to read the stage directions.
Okay.
And in the end, just because we don't have all the sound effects and all the things, and to make it like a pure audio drama or whatever we would normally do, our own little animated Spider at Queen-esque thing.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Let's have fun. I hope you guys enjoy this. You can either watch us, you can close your eyes, just have a good time.
My holiday spirit is ready.
Yes, my body is ready, Kakashi Sensei. All right, sorry. So prologue, ambient. Oh, hold on. I came prepared with this one. I lied when I said we had no sound effects. Give me a second.
Oh, that's right. We do have one. We
do
have a
have
single
one
sound effect.
single
and it's so
sound
good.
effect.
It's so good.
In the cold, harsh winter.
All right, here we have the cold, harsh winter. Can I loop it? I know there used to be a way to loop on DJ Pro, but I'll cross that bridge when we get to it. All right. So, prologue. Exterior, snowy landscape, evening. We got the winter holiday mix, and then holiday mix for the music. This is all you. Your one and only narrator, Lan.
Children all over Spideria are preparing a worldwide phenomena, the arrival of Spider Santa.
Brooks, enters. This first scene is a real life scene. Enters the shot dressed as a delivery man. I've got quite a large amount of letters to deliver to the North Pole this year. I hope Spider Santa is ready to read all these letters. Brooks looks at the camera. Oh, hi! I didn't see you there. Oh, wait, that's not the line. Hi, I bet you're wondering where I'm off to with this big sack. Hello. I'm off to the North Pole to deliver all these letters to Spider Santa. I'm bringing my laptop down here. I can't read. To Spider Santa. You see, this sack is full of letters written by children all over Spideria to Santa. In their letters that write what they want. They write what they want for Christmas. I'm a great writer. Here, let me nonchalantly break the law to read one of these letters.
Ah, yes. Federal spider law.
Yes, federal spider law. This letter comes from little Timmy. He is asking Spider Santa for a Space Tendo Swish and a copy of Extreme Mash Fighters Ultimate Brawl. These kids and their wishes. I bet most of the children don't even know the story of how Spider Santa became Spider Santa. Well, you're in luck, because I'm going to tell you that story. Spider Santa is coming to town.
Quick thing. I see a tiny chair where Tiny Tim once sat, and no gifts from Santa.
All right.
I just had to say that because you said Timmy.
That's perfect.
Oh, and then I was thinking Timmy from South Park, which was really bad.
I was thinking.
don't do the Timmy voice.
I'm thinking of Timmy from. No, I was talking about Timmy from Christmas Carol.
Yes,
you
Timmy
know.
from Christmas Carol. Yes. All right.
And
so
here I'm thinking of Timmy from Fairly Odd Parents. So it's
Timmy
we're
Turner!
all on the
Timmy
wrong.
Turner. Oh my
We're
gosh,
we're
talk
not on
about-
the same Timmy wavelength right
Talk
now.
about a voice actress I would love to work with.
Right?
Oh my God!
Oh
yes,
my gosh.
Anyway.
she's so good. That girl.
Yes. Okay. Let's get into it. Okay. Intro credits. Yes.
Did you hear about a woman who played Misty?
I did. That's very
So
sad.
sad.
Let's have a moment of silence for Rachel Lewis. All right.
Moment over.
We can get into it. Okay. Intro credits. Music. Santa Claus is coming to town. We're not gonna play it because I don't want to pay for the
We
royalties are a real thing. All right. Scene 1. Exterior. Somberville. Night. Our story begins before the kingdom of Spideria was established, in a village far to the north known as Somberville, a village surrounded by mountains. The only way to the village was to cross through the Mountain of the Whispering Spiders. This was a dark and gloomy village, where only one person was happy, the cruel and nasty king, the Spidermeister Meisterdoc. Spidermeister Meisterdoc! Spidermeister Meisterdoc! Look what I found outside your door!
I can't believe I agreed to do this again. I mean, what did you find?
A baby!
A baby?
And not just any baby, a non-Spiderian baby. It says here his name is Kashi.
How can that be possible?
Take a look!
Oh, it's hideous. Ugh, I hate children, especially children that are not Spiderian. Get it out of my sight. Throw it in the mountains.
But, sir, there was a note with the baby. It says, please protect this child from the mountain of the whispering spider.
I don't care. Get it out of my sight.
The Spider Meisterdoc was truly a wicked one. He had his underpaid guard bring the young Kashi into the mountain of the whispering spiders. When the guard and the young baby Kashi stepped foot on the mountain, a massive snowstorm blew in. For you see, the mountain of the whispering spiders is home to the terrifying Spider Warlock. He can use his psychic powers to manipulate the brain. It's said wherever someone steps foot on the mountain of the whispering spiders, he conjures up a giant storm. This storm ripped the young Kashi right out of the guard's arms and blew him far off to the other side of the mountain.
Thank you for honoring my orders, Wind.
The young baby was quickly discovered by some animals, and they knew they had to get this child out of the mountain before before the Spider Warlock could get him. So the animals brought him somewhere safe. Where is that, you may ask? Well, on the other side of the mountain of the whispering spiders was the majestic Lake Meadows, a majestic frozen meadow that was at the foot of the mountain. A lovely of Spiderians lived there. The Springles. Scene 2, exterior majestic Lake Meadows, night. Ambiance, winter day. This is all you.
Look, Dingle, it's a baby. Yes, a bingo. What do you think, Fingal? Cute baby. What do you say, Jingle?
I got a row-ho. Sorry, wrong story.
Cute indeed. We should bring him to father.
So Bingle, Dingle, Fingal, and Zingle brought the young Kashi to their father. He was a jolly old Spiderian, and you'll never guess what his name was. Orzik. Interior, Kringle House, night. Music, happy.
La 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 la.
This is you. You're the Springle kids.
Oh. Father, look what we found.
Oh, that's me. That's me. Okay. Oh my gosh. This has been like 2 years. A side note, since a lot of us have, I think, have voiced any of these characters.
I know, right?
Okay, here we go.
I'm finding him.
You're finding him. Let me find Ors again.
Yeah.
Channel
My old friend.
Vegeta.
Easy for
Okay.
you to say. I have to find them.
A baby. How cute. Well, that's awful.
Again.
I know he will live here with us. I know he will live here with us.
Of course it will.
What should we do with him? The next.
We name him.
What should we do?
Yeet him off the mountain, like I said. Anyway, sorry. My bad.
What should we do with him? The necklace around his neck says Kashi.
That just won't do. I know. Spriss. We'll name him Spriss. Spriss Springle. Yay!
Yay!
The Springles raised the young Kashi, now Spriss, into a fine young man that taught him all the important things a young man should know. How to talk, how to use magic, how to drink Mocha-Cola, but most importantly, how to make toys. For you see, the Springles were toy makers. However, they didn't have anyone to give their toys to. The Springles wanted to bring their toys to the children of Somberville, but didn't dare to try to cross the mountain of the whispering spiders and face the evil Spider Warlock. So the Springles had a great buildup of toys. It's a shame no children can ever enjoy... Oh, I lost my spot. It's a shame that none of our toys will ever be enjoyed by children. I'm big and strong, Papa Orzik. And I'm not afraid of the Warlock. I'll bring the toys to the children of Somberville. Oh, that would be wonderful, Spriss. Then we could once again be famous toy makers. Famous toy makers? Oh, I get a second to sing now. Let's see if I can remember the song. A long time ago, we used to be the toy makers for the King of Somberville. I don't know if I can do this without getting sued, but we're going to do it anyway. It's a difficult responsibility when you accept an appointment from His Majesty.
We had to craft toys for his authority. When you are royal toy makers to the king, dun dun dun. The Spiderians of Somerville, they must have good toys. The king of Somerville must appease his boys. The little girls must dance with joy when they open their royal toys. It's a difficult responsibility when you accept an appointment from His Majesty. We had to craft toys for his authority. When you are royal toy makers to the king. Royal toy makers to the king.
The Springles left. The Springles taught Spriss everything he needed to know. So Spriss gathered his things and began his dangerous journey across the mountain of the Whispering Spiders. However, Spriss would not make this journey alone. Before he stepped onto the mountain of the Whispering Spiders, he ran into a penguin. Scene 3. Exterior Majestic Lake Meadows. Day. Ambiance. Winter day.
Hi there, little feller. I've never seen a penguin around these parts. I thought all penguins lived on the other side of the mountain, north of Somerville. Oh, I understand. You must be lost. Don't worry, I'll help you cross the mountain. It would be safer if you were with me anyway. You don't want the Spider Warlock to get you. You need a name. I know. Zenthia! Zenthia, the penguin.
Whack.
Let's go, Zenthia.
Boom! Sound effect. Oh, Spider Warlock.
Who dares set foot on the mountain of the Whispering Spiders? Did you hear that? It's the Spider Warlock. Let's run.
Whack.
Scooby-Doo run.
That's all right, run. But don't forget you have to cross my mountain on the way home.
Spriss and Zenthia ran as fast as they could to the outside of the mountain. Now they arrive at Somerville.
What a depressing town. Hopefully my toys will cheer these people up.
Whack.
Spriss wanders to town center where he encounters a couple of students and their beautiful teacher, Lady Bramblewood. Oh, wait, this is me.
Lady Bramblewood, do I have to write all this fan mail to the king?
Yes, my son. Our king, the Spider-Meister Doc, demands that everyone writes him fan mail every day.
But that guy is so mean. He always yells at me and says I'm annoying.
Maybe you should not play near his house.
Excuse me, ma'am. I noticed your students seem to be quite sad. Perhaps some toys would cheer them up.
Toys?
Toy!
Toys?
That's just not my... All right, let's
One,
get...
two,
Yeah,
three.
Toys?
Yes, toys.
You should not say such things. The Spider-Meister Doc does not allow joy in Somerville.
Then I'll just have to give him a toy too.
Just who are you, stranger?
My name is Spriss Springle, and this is my friend Zenthia.
Whack.
I'm from the Majestic Lake Meadows, and my family are toy makers.
You mean you crossed the mountain of the Whispering Spiders?
Indeed I did. I'm not afraid of the Spider Warlock. Here, have a toy.
Oh, a fairy doll for me?
Yes.
Why, thank you. I've always wanted one.
Can we have toys?
Yes, here you are.
Why'd I change his name in the script?
Yay! Oh, cool, a wooden sword.
I need to get going, so I can make it home before the sun sets. You kids be good now, and maybe I'll bring back more toys.
After delivering toys to the Spiderians of Somerville, Spriss begins his journey back home.
Well, Zenthia, I believe this is where we part ways. I need to head back across the mountain, and you live on this side.
Yeah, see you later, Sprizz. Sprizz? Sprizz.
Wait, you can talk?
Yes, chow.
Spriss parts way with Zenthia and starts his journey across the mountain of the Whispering Spiders, only there was someone waiting for him.
I knew you'd be crossing my mountain once again. It's the Spider Warlock. That's right.
Sound effect freezing, yes, thank you.
I can't move. I used my psychic powers to freeze you to the ground. Now I will do to you what I do to everyone who crosses this mountain. I hope you said goodbyes. Ah!
This is you.
Oh, no, you don't. Poison spit. I mean, quack, quack, quack.
Ah! Xanthia, you came back, and you can shoot Zarblast from your mouth.
Friends need to stick together, right? Now let's get out of here. Well, he is still distracted by the pain.
Thanks to Xanthia, Spriss was able to escape the clutches of the Spider Warlock and return home to the majestic Lake Meadows. The Sprinkles were so happy to see him return home, and the Spiderians of Somberville... and they were even happy to hear that the toys were given to the Spiderians of Somberville. However, not everyone was happy. Back in Somberville, something horrible was about to happen. Scene 4. Exterior Somberville, night.
I love my toy sword. Swish, whoosh, this is awesome.
What is this racket?
Bang! Mikan accidentally hit SpiderDoc.
Ow!
Meister Doc with his sword. Yeah.
Oops, sorry, Mr. Meister Doc.
I should have known it was you making all this noise, Mikan? Why? I lost how to pronounce his name.
Mikan. It's either.
Mikan, I know. You worthless little boy. And now you've hurt my knee. Just where did you get that?
This man came into town and gave us all a bunch of toys.
Toys? Unacceptable! Barnaby!
Yes, sir.
Gather up all the toys and burn them.
Yes, sir.
But first, I hate Myson and I hate toys. Either they are leaving or I am leaving, and I am not leaving, Barnaby. Now write this down.
You want to sing?
I can try. Let's see. It's a difficult responsibility once you accept the number one dictator, me. Have you known that it will be because of me? There'll be no more toy makers to the king. Every toy sword, break 'em until my wounded knee is healed. Stuffed plushies, unplush 'em. When Mikan objects, arrest him. No more Mikan to chitty chat. No toys to bring him joy. You let me ever see him again. No, don't let me ever see him enjoy, or you will fear my wrath. It's a difficult responsibility that you accept from the number one dictator, me. Have you known it all because of me? There'll be no more toy makers to the king.
It's a difficult responsibility that I uphold as the number one guard, Barnaby. Let it be known that it will be because of me.
Toys are now considered contraband, illegal and disgusting. Anyone caught with a toy will be thrown into the dungeon.
There'll be no more toy makers to the king.
Oh no, this is awful. I better write to Spriss and let him know.
I love that you had both those lines. Because of the decree made by the Spider Meister Doc, the Spiderians of Somberville could no longer enjoy their toys. Trying to figure out a way to help, Lady Bramblewood wrote to Spriss. Scene 5, exterior, majestic Lake Meadows Day.
SpiderDoc later that night was visited by 3 ghosts.
That's not in the script.
That's next year.
That's next year.
Continue.
Scene 5, exterior, majestic Lake Meadows Day.
Oh dear, this isn't good. Those poor Spiderians of Somberville. I'll have to bring them more toys. But Spriss, you can't go. What if you run into the Spider Warlock again? Maybe I'll just give him a toy too. Come on, Xanthia, let's go.
Once again, Spriss and Xanthia set off to Somberville.
All right, Xanthia. Maybe if we're really quiet, we can sneak right through the mountain of the Whispering Spider.
I doubt it.
Boom.
See what I mean?
You dare return to my mountain after what you did? Mr. Warlock, I was just trying to bring back these toys to the Spiderians of Somberville. In fact, I think I have something for you in here.
Read that line again.
I got
Sorry.
something for you right here.
I have something for you in here. Hello.
Really, for me. Here you are.
Spris hands Spider Warlock a toy.
A toy bus.
Oh, that's
That's
Orzik.
not the noise.
That's Orzik.
That's also not the noise of
Toy
the
bus.
bus.
A toy bus? How did you know I always wanted a toy bus? Oh, this is such a surprise. This makes me feel. It makes me feel so warm. And they say that Spider Warlock's heart grew 3 sizes that day. This is ridiculous. Who's writing this story?
Wasn't this a different?
Growing
Yeah.
3 sizes somewhere.
Whoa.
Whoa, hello.
Just kidding.
What's the name of this podcast? Full Frontal?
Wait,
Hello.
I mean, I know we talked about
You said
the
that
big sack earlier,
Yeah,
but
we
come
did.
on.
You started
Hey,
it.
hello. Okay. I haven't felt this way in a long time. Perhaps.
This is what happens when we record this at 11:15 at night, folks. Anyway,
Oh my
continue.
gosh.
Um,
It's so okay. I've lost.
Cut, print, go back.
Yeah, I haven't felt I haven't felt this way in a long time. Perhaps I can change. But can it be this easy to change from bad to good? Difficult to change from bad to good? It's not hard. You just need to walk into the light of goodness.
Walk? Yes, you see, all you need to do is put one foot in front of the other, and soon you are walking across the floor. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you are walking out the door. You never will become a good guy if you never get out and try. Come on, there's a good guy wind blowing. A good guy always walks upon his feet. Put one foot in front of the other, soon you'll be walking out the door. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. It's never too late to join the good side, as long as you give it a try. Don't be afraid, it's so easy. The best way to start is to smile. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. If I want to change my direction, the one I follow each morn, you mean all I have to do is smile? To have a chance to be reborn is good? You put one foot in front of the other, and soon you are walking across the floor. You put one foot in front of the other, and soon you are walking out the door. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you are walking across the floor. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you are walking out the door. You're right. This is easy. Wait. Can we include that? I mean, is that allowed? What? Never mind. I'm not even asking anymore.
Fair use. Anyway.
Fair use.
And that's like the whole script.
Yeah. We did it.
We did it. We did the thing.
Happy holidays.
That was fun. You can decide what happens in the
Yeah.
end.
It's
But
a
what do you think happened? Next year you'll find out. What do you think?
I think we put they put one foot in front of the other and kicked Spidermeister Doc's ass out the door. is
You
what
think
I
so?
I
You think
that's
so?
what-
You
yeah,
don't think
yeah.
they melted Spidermeister Doc's heart? You think that's possible?
I think the only way they could have melted his heart is by yeeting Myken off of
Up
the mountainside, and I don't think that they were willing to do that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe.
Any thoughts?
I think that, yeah, so like in the song, they put one foot over the other, and another, and then another, and then another, and then another, and then another.
and then let's the doors
and then
right there.
and then they just kept walking
They just kept walking.
forever.
Exactly.
They are still walking to this day.
Yeah. Walking.
Did you think I actually was going somewhere with that?
Well, I don't
They were.
know about you, but I think we did the thing.
I think we definitely.
I
did the
think
thing.
we did the thing.
Now it's time for an omake. Anyway,
It's time. Yeah, it's time for the omake. I know.
It's time for the end of the rap
Why
song
is it
at the
that
end,
Spider Doc always ends up the villain of these stories in the wintertime? It's so miserable.
An old
You weren't the
groove.
villain last time, were you?
I no. Well,
you
I
were
was
Mrs.
I
Claus.
was Mrs. Claus. That's right. That's right. Spider Doc just gets the roles that he doesn't want. That's the rule. It's not that it has to be a villain. Just no.
It's okay. There's an episode coming up where Bakashi just plays a tree.
That's yeah.
The Bakash tree.
The Bakashi. Oh God.
Spider Dog is a tree.
No,
Oh,
Spider
no.
Doc. Spider Doc. Without revealing the whole script, Spider Doc is one of the ugly stepsisters,
Yeah,
I'm
that
Dr.
feels
Groot.
right. Yeah.
but Bakashi is just a tree.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we did the thing.
Yeah, we definitely. Did.
Happy holidays. This is probably gonna come out around the New Year's
Yeah.
because I left my hard drive in Dallas.
I left my hard drive in Dallas. Anyway, oh, sorry, we're not singing anymore. But yeah.
Well,
But we can rap.
thank you both for coming to the SpiderCast Holiday Special Part 3.
Yeah.
I love you all, and
love you.
I'm so happy that you were able to come and do the thing. And
I can't heart correctly.
I
in
look-
direction. This is just me.
We tried to do the try beat.
Yeah.
I look forward to continuing to work with you
Yeah.
two in the future.
I love how you say
and-
that with a giant question mark. Like,
Question
are you
mark, yes,
actually coming back
yes.
after this? Like,
Yeah,
yes, the
Yeah,
answer
will,
is
will
sure.
you come back
are.
after we did
Yeah.
this
When it's
crazy
done.
thing?
Absolutely.
When we actually get part 2?
Yeah. Also, can we take the recording from this and just like the booms and the czar blast and all those like little recordings?
those
we
the
just-
actual
can we
sound
just
effects?
Make those actual sound effects for like a future, like a that can be our like weird Patreon blooper link where it's just the
And it's like an animatic, not like a fully
yeah,
animated
exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
No, we totally do that.
Yeah.
I'm totally down for that. Just like my dubstep remix of you going as Roshi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I have a whole like 2-minute sound file of you doing that as Roshi. Yeah, that exactly. Anyway, we did the thing. Let's
Let's get it on.
let's do this again. Maybe without cameras and microphones, and maybe with a
Use
little
that
with a
for-
little brink with
get a
a little
female to do
drinky
the
poo
female
and some brewskis and a drinky poo and just catch up and all right. Happy holidays.
You do the